Alright, so in this one, I want to go over the entirety of the Dragon Ball Legends 4th anniversary in, again, its entirety here, to kind of give my overall opinion, probably like a score out of 10, right? To where we can evaluate the anniversary from its beginning to seemingly where it has ended, part 3 being the final part, because we're not going to get a new unit that's summonable, because it literally says the final character. But this celebration being obviously Ultra Super Vegito. We already got our free-to-play unit as well. And then you kind of just look here. The campaign does seem to be wrapping up, where we get a raid, I think, next. You see all the banners here, and this seemingly will be the last banner of the anniversary, Mr. Super Vegito. So I don't want to wrap it up and conclude my opinion on it, since, again, next week will probably just be a raid, and maybe we'll get those, free units from V-Jump, the I guess the Frieza Soldier Warriors, like not a pool in them, but the people that look like Earthlings, they have like the, I don't even know how to explain them, but we'll get those Frieza Soldiers. I seem to assume that they won't be part of the anniversary, they'll just be part of the next LF, kind of around that area of like a pool, Ramon, and all of them coming out. It'll be the thing after anniversary, and it'll be whatever unit coincides with that, if not just something random, right? So, value-wise, I want to separate this into 3 different categories. 1 being the banner value per each banner that came out. 2 being the unit value for each unit that came out. And then 3, kind of a mix here, but it is kind of just how you have to do it. The value of the free-to-play units, and then the value of how good the events and how well or unwell they were treating the player base, right? So first thing is the banner values. So the first banner was MUI with, and you can see I have every single unit here. Obviously I pulled everything. Turles up there, I did 160k on Riku's banner, got 1 Turles, that was insane. But you can see here MUI and Vegeta, and then Kale and Urine. Value of them, I would say for that banner, just individually in comparison to the entire game, then to the entire anniversary. To the entire game, the MUI banner was pretty invaluable. If there was a banner, honestly, I would recommend you skip from this anniversary. If we could go back in time and be like, okay, this is what's coming, these are the units, these are the banners, this is how they'll age. The MUI banner definitely was a skip. Even the extra LFs, and I guess I could technically check it here, because the banner, I think it's still up, I would assume it is, yeah. The extra LFs that we could check here, I mean, Evo, no. CMZ, no. Like, Rose, no. UI, no. Maybe the Vegeta and Vegito Blue, just because there's Enkaible, but let's say you just started the game and you were just, going out for the first time on an anniversary of this game. Well, you need to pull this unit, what is that, 4 times now? If not, no. It was 4 times then to get them to 7 stars and above, and now you'd have to pull them, 6 or 7 times to get them 7 stars, and that's the only way they're actually usable, is when there's Zenkai, right? Even the Vegeta himself, just no value, and these other units are on every single other banner. Postpone this banner here. So this banner, in a general sense, really didn't have, I don't know if I want to say any value, but I mean, you can definitely tell Tapion and Dragon Fist are like, very good, to where Dragon Fist is probably better than MUI. And Tapion is the second best yellow in the game, and he really topples like every other yellow besides Ultra Vegito. So it's like you could tell the unit value on the banners definitely was substantiated after MUI, kind of to just, hey, give me your money. Okay, well, here we are, got your money. Now going for Dragon Fist and Tapion, who are a lot better as just a duo and a pairing, as just anything you could think of, honestly, just aging-wise, whatever, because honestly, Vegeta already is ass, and then MUI probably will age not the greatest spot compared to at least, Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist Goku, who is essentially just a modernized Gogeta Blue, right? That's really all he is. And Tapion having just amazing utility as a support unit, does very good damage in some spots as well. I mean, you look at the aging process, it seems very clear that it's not going to be just, oh, look, MUI is going to age like a god, but Vegeta is going to age like ass. It doesn't seem like either will age that great. Then the EXs, I mean, they didn't age that well just on their release from the MUI banner. Again, Kale probably has some like niche utility, but Girls Tag is dead. USS, you have, you have Beerus, he had the leader slot anyways, you just run Ultra Gogeta there. Urine, I I don't even know what Urine does, to be frank. I really don't even know what these units do. I didn't even do showcases on them, because maybe they might have been decent in their kit, and I might have seen them once in PvP, but just because you see a unit doesn't actually mean people are using the unit because they care about it, or because, hey, I pulled this new EX and I didn't pull MUI, so I'm coping. Here I am, trying my best. And also, I just realized Angel Golden Freeze is also green. USS team, you're not running girls. The MUI banner, in a value sense, again, like do this out of like a out of 10 scale for all these things that we're gonna rate here. I would say it's like a 3. 3 is being kind. It's really because the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and the Vegito Blue that are there, because obviously you can't Zenkai them, get them up there. And right now, Vegito Blue is like a top 10 unit. That Vegeta's a top 10 unit as well. MUI being a top 10 unit, probably nearing the top 5 aspect, but it's still a top 10 unit, right? Everything else, though, it's just, that's 3 units in a pool of mid to ass, and it's just, it is not it. But to continue on, Dragon Fist banner. Now, Dragon Fist banner was pretty damn sizable. You know, Revival Gohan returned there. You had Forku return there. Revival Gohan really didn't return, I think, on a banner ever. That was like a step up besides his own. Besides, you know, these bait step ups don't count. I mean, like a new unit step up, and then, hey, I'll cope because I pulled Revival Gohan instead. He had a very good banner on himself there, just to check it here so we could reassure this and see who else was actually on it. 'Cause I actually do forget sometimes here who's on the entire banner. You do have, yeah, Dragon Fist there, Ape, I guess a Copium option if you don't have droids, but like, you don't need him. But sure, he's okay enough, right? He's not the worst thing in the world. Revival Gohan, again, very good return. Honestly, all this guy really needs from a lot of people is stars to see his recognition. Like, I have him at 10 or 11 at this point, and I recognize him a lot more than when I had him at 7 stars, 6 stars, right? Forku, definitely a very good yellow unit. I wouldn't say he's top tier, but I would say he's good enough to run. Maybe not right now with these oppressive reds, but definitely good enough to actually run in PvP. Dragon Fist, or not Dragon Fist, yes, Dragon Fist is very good, but Super Saiyan 3 LF Zenkai Goku being a Zenkai buffer, I mean, sure, why not? He's not the most terrible, I guess. He's not Rose level, right? Rose is worse than him, so I guess that helps. Namek Goku, honestly, Z ability wise, I don't even care if he's like Zenkai, just Z ability. He gives double attack, and he gives a decent percentage at 6 stars. The W enough for me. Then Goten being one of the worst ones here, but in a sea of, let me look, Dragon Fist, goated, Ape, mediocre to bad, Revival Gohan, very underappreciated slash just needs stars, and this is where you get the stars on him, obviously. Forku, maybe not the greatest spot right now, but still pretty good unit. And then, you know, decent bench unit, and then bad. So it's like, compared to Rose, you compare to Omen, and it's like, you know, you got 2 of the worst LFs there. At least this banner has more value, but especially the new 2 units. Again, Dragon Fist, Tapion work in a very cohesive manner to wear green and yellow, and again, Movies team is very strong with them. They're both core on the Movies team right now. You know, if you're that good on release, you're definitely going to have a decent process for yourself in longevity. Banner-wise, if I'm going to rate that one, I would say that banner is, it's up there. Like, I know the Androids banner was probably the perfect banner in the entire game, like, so far, because technically the Androids banner had the Androids, it had Cell, and it had Future Gohan. Well, what you ran and or could run, you either were running Cell, Future Gohan, and Androids, or you were running Cell, Androids, and Sword of Hope. Well, you had 2 of the 3, if not all 3, because if you didn't really need Sword of Hope that much, honestly, because you had you could run them, but you just didn't need them, right? You had other options, and honestly, the other option was Future Gohan. So you had the Androids banner who had like a 9 out of 10 to like a 10 out of 10 banner. That's kind of what I'm scaling at here. Dragon Fist banner, I would give this a solid 6.5 to 7. Dragon Fist being very good, Revival Gohan being very good, Forku being very good. Like, Revival Gohan, people are still trying to run him today. He's a year old. Like, you don't see people trying to run G4 very often unless they're trying to counter out like Blue, Yellow, which that's just an up-and-coming team. Or CMZ, you're not running him often. You're running the equivalent amount of CMZ to Ape Vegeta. Well, CMZ's a year old, Ape Vegeta's a couple months old at this point. I mean, you're not running them as often, but Revival Gohan is definitely that 3rd anniversary guy you are seeing in a more often light. So, unit-wise, sparking-wise at least, they're very, very good on that in comparison to MUI's banner. Then EX-wise, Turles, I actually have no idea what he does. I know there's a memes about him being dangerous and stuff. Assumably, he's probably better than the Urine and Kale. And then EX Cooler, he's chatted. Like, if he were an EX and he just had normal-ass sparking stats, he would be a top-tier 1% sparking. Like, honestly, it's really good how they made him. It's very simplistic how they made him, but they made him very good with that realm. And then the last banner of Ultra Super Vegito. Fun fact, I actually do think this banner is even worth re-rolling on if you don't pull him and you're just like new to the game and you're like, hey, you know what? I want Vegito. I want to make fusions. Honestly, this banner really, really is worth it. Like, unit value-wise, obviously, is top tier, but I'm looking at this banner and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I got Ultra Vegito, who's top 3. All right. Kid Buu, well, he's not the greatest thing in the world. He could maybe use Zenkai eventually. Sure, why not? Okay, pull, not the worst thing in the world, not the greatest. He did get a plat, so he does get helped out there. Majin Vegeta, this is a Majin Buu Saga celebration. If I'm thinking logically, hey, maybe he could Zenkai. If not, he's a strike, attack, and defense bench to my Saiyan team. So you know what? That helps Ultra Vegito, if nothing else. Then Vegito Blue becoming a top 10 unit with his Zenkai. And honestly, if you're rerolling and chasing, you're probably going to 7-star Vegito Blue. Like, in reality, you're going to 7-star one of these two units here, Super Vegito and or Vegito Blue. It's just kind of how it works at that point, because you're going to chase with, like, 80k CC. Maybe you'll get 2 Ultra Vegitos, and you'll pull 4 Vegito Blues in that same process or something like that. And then you just kind of just go from there, Z-power them up, because there's going to be the raid, there's going to be this, and then you'll have Ultra Vegito for the raid, then you'll have a lot more drops, and then it kind of just steamrolls from there, getting Vegito and or Super Vegito to a position of Zenkaiable. Obviously, you want Vegito Blue there, but, I mean, again, value-wise, it does hold up. Like, again, Kid Buu maybe being not the most valuable, but still a little bit value. Majin Vegeta, assumably will Zenkai soon. Again, he's the only one here who doesn't have a Zenkai that really is calling for one. I know Kid Buu really does want one, but he does have a plat equipped now, so maybe they hold off on that. Majin Vegeta does have a plat as well, but his is, like, old. It came out not on his release, I believe. It was a little bit after, not too far after, but a little bit after. And these two here, they do have a Zenkai. So while Ultra Vegito being number 3 in the game, Vegito Blue being top 10, probably in the bottom realm of top 10, but still top 10, Super Vegito probably being like a top 20, 30 unit-esque situation. Kid Buu kind of just floating around, being a substitute option for Revival Frieza. I mean, you could probably pull Revival Frieza on this banner as well. This banner, for reroll's sake, has good value if you've been playing the game and you have a 6-star Vegito Blue. Okay, well, I'm going to chase for Ultra Vegito anyways. Now I pull Vegito Blue, now I have this blue-yellow setup, and it's a very good duo. Well, I am missing the Ultra Gogeta, maybe, because I didn't have him at that time. Oh well, what was me? I have 2 out of 3 of the duo. It's kind of like Dragon Fist banner, right? You have 2 out of 3 of the duo, you're chasing. Maybe you don't get what you want by getting whatever it is, but hey, you got the new LF, you got the new Sparking, and then hey, you got the new LF, you got the new Ultra. It's worth going in for. I would say Dragon Fist banner probably has more value than Vegito's banner, but Vegito's banner is more worth re-rolling on, if that makes sense, because with Dragon Fist, okay, what do I want to do? I need Revival Gohan to be high stars. I need Dragon Fist to be like 6 or 7 minimum, and then Tapion, I'll just pull him inevitably, because I'm going deep on these banners. With Vegito, it's like, pull Ultra Vegito. Alright, next step. From there on, I mean, you just kind of leader slot him anywhere. With the others, with Dragon Fist banner, it's kind of just like, okay, well, I want to build a movies team. I feel like it's harder to build a whole team than just pull one unit, right? So maybe you'll pull 2 Ultra Vegitos, and then pull 3 Vegito Blues, and over time, okay, you could build up your fusion team, but for now, just leader slot Ultra Vegito on any team in the game, and then you're just kind of vibing. Like, you pull him, then you go on Dragon Fist banner, you pull him, you have a green and yellow duo. And whoever else you pull, you probably pull Tapion that time. Maybe yellow, green's not the greatest, but just leader slot this guy, and then you vibe. Like, you literally just vibe. You pulled the Ultra slapping, I mean, you're winning at that point. Value-wise, again, I'd call Dragon Fist like a 6.5 to 7. Droids I would call like a 9 to almost 10 there, 9.5. I would say Vegito's banner is about equivalent. I would say it is 6.5 to 7. If I really want to gas it, I would say 7, just because Ultra Vegito, you just slap him somewhere, while Dragon Fist, you want to pull Dragon Fist a couple times. Vegito, you just want to pull him twice. Dragon Fist, you want to pull him, like, because at this point, you need to pull him a couple times, right? You need to pull him a couple times. So, value-wise of banner, I would say first part, pretty ass. Second part, very good. And then third part, it is equivalent to the second part's value, right? So W there, honestly. Unit-wise, though, since we are moving on to the second thing here, how are we doing on this? So I'm going to be really honest. This is all the units, right? This isn't just the summonable at this point. This is all the units that came out from Anniversary. So it is from Vegeta all the way to Mr. Vegito up there. Let's just be real. Vegeta. Ass. He is bad now. Maybe he's overhated a little bit, I guess. But he's not good. He's not going to age well. He has a shitty restriction that just stalls him beyond belief. And it really just... I mean, it just kills him. Like, he's even glitched at some point. I've seen matches where he gets below 50, he doesn't get his thing to where he can transform, then he's dead. Like, he's glitched. He's literally bugged in some aspects. Like, he's not good. He's not very good in an aging aspect. He's not going to be very good at all right now. It's unfortunate because he is a buff Vegeta Clan wanted. It's just not the buff that they needed. It's kind of like Majin Vegeta, where it's like a nerf because they didn't really add anything. He exists. Does he mean much? No. Kale probably could have value in the future, but again, you just have better sparking units that exist. Like, just Leader Slot Ultra Gogeta, just use Blue Beerus, just use whoever this guy is. Honestly, just Leader Slot somebody better. And I hate that argument of just Leader Slot somebody, but it's factual as well. Just Leader Slot somebody better. Sorry, Kale, you're an EX. You just get screwed over in that aspect. Cooler is chatted, he won't, but you do. Urine, Angel Gold Frieza. It's the same thing. Just the same thing. Just not good enough individually to replace a better unit that is above you, sadly. MUI, I hear a lot of things. Personally, me, I just think he's very tedious and annoying. I think he encourages a very boring playstyle, but with that being said, is he good? That's kind of what I'm valuing here. He's good, for sure. He could even be great if I'm really trying not to, hold my grudge against him just being as a nuisance he is. But will he age well? I don't know. I think he'll age in a realm of UI Omen, and with Omen, how he was is Gogeta Blue just a month later came out, and then, okay, boom. He's just gone for PvP, he doesn't exist, right? I don't think he'll get like that down bad, but I think he will only be used to be a stalling character, and he won't be used for damage, he won't be used to tank, he will be used to stall, which, sure, there's value in that, but that's kind of like bringing UI Sign into PvP right now. There's value in stalling. Is it enough to bring you into PvP? I don't know if Mastered Ultra Instinct will have that, personally. I don't really see it. But if it does happen, it does happen. He's a little weird to gauge for that. Gauge, because he has a gauge. Get it? And then the other 3 free units from Part 1. We have a lot of units from Part 1, actually. Krillin, I'll be real, I don't even know what he does. I'm not trying to just be a dickhead when I try to value these free units that I haven't really touched on, because if they had any realm of usage, I could value them in a more cohesive manner, but they have no usage and no means of utility that really affects the game, so I would just say he's bad because he doesn't impact the game. I mean, maybe he could do stuff, but he doesn't. Tien, same thing, and then Tournament Power Goku. While he does look cool, he has nice animations, he has a very nice Rising Rush screen. I remember using him early on in the anniversary. He's just... They don't have enough impact. They don't have any impact in this game. Like, these free units really are held back in a lot of aspects, especially the anniversary ones, which is weird because you look at prior to anniversary, like, this Trunks was competing with, like, future Gohans at 9-star and 10 stars, and people were debating, who do I use? Red 21, she's super underutilized and actually pretty good. Green 18, people I still see run her today. Gamma 1, he was free. He's a free 0-star, sure, but star him up. Podza was the main unit on LOE prior to Angel Gold Frieza dropping. Like, these free units, I mean, even these two here, well, they weren't the greatest. They had just such better lifespans, and then it's kind of like, I don't even remember seeing Tien, Krillin, or Goku in PvP, and if you can't remember seeing the unit, how could they have any value in the actual impact of the meta? They won't. They aren't supposed to, maybe, as full free units, but I go back to Trunks' example, who is pre-anniversary. How did he impact the meta so hard? And then these other free units who are anniversary are not. Just doesn't make sense to me, right? Then, to continue on, the part 2, right? Free Gogeta. I think he's fine. Again, he's not Trunks level of impact, but I think he's fine enough to where he is probably okay to use on Mono Purple. Let's say you don't want to run Purple Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, because you know what? You don't need support. You have Super Vegito. He could give you support. If you want to run Mono Purple, for sure, you could run him, but anywhere else, he just kind of falls flat. I mean, at least Goku, you would run a Mono Purple, and then he would do less. So I guess Gogeta's good in comparison to Goku, but it's not very good. Why do we get 3 free-to-play purple units? Hello? I just noticed that. You have so many defense types as well this anniversary. Just a reminder of that. The Vegeta. Vegeta down there. Yeah, Majin Vegeta. Ultra Super Vegito. And then, I believe we had one more, right? Am I missing something? I thought we got like 5 defense types this anniversary. Am I wrong? Oh, only 3. That's still a lot. 3 defense types? Jeez. Why? Okay. I mean, at least one of them's very good. The other 2 are pretty dog shit. But Free Gogeta can run a Mono Purple. It's just... Is Mono Purple runnable? I don't know. Then, we go to EX Cooler. I can't speak. I almost just choked up. I had to drink my coffee. Hold on. I speak very much in this video, so I gotta drink this. Hold on. Intermission. I just spilled some on my mustache. That's unfortunate. Oh my god. EX Cooler. What he is a secondary option to Ultra Gogeta, right? Can I say that? Thinking about the blues, at high stars, EX Cooler is probably a secondary option to Ultra Gogeta, because you can run LF Broly, and LF Broly's not the worst thing. I know he's like still not great with this plat. It's kind of like Kid Buu. Like, he's good, or good enough to run, but is he like a core mainstay option? Probably not. There's better units around him. EX Cooler, very good, very solid in what he does do. Tapion, number 2 yellow. Like, surpasses Ultra Kaioken, surpasses Mr. Puddle Boy, surpasses that free Trunks, surpasses anyone you could think of. He is the number 2 yellow in the entire game. Probably still is a top 10 unit, I would say, obviously on his release of, you know, the Dragon Fist banner. He was definitely, like, top 10, but probably barely makes top 10 at this point, because there is some reds running around, but obviously, again, you're yellow at this point. You have to have some blue covering you. You have Ultra Gogeta there, so Tapion's value really shouldn't go down much. Turles probably is good. Honestly, if I just skim his kit here, I could probably see some details that makes me think he's at least half okay. 6% damage inflicted, reduces DMCs, okay, gives some debuffs. I guess extra damage. Does he support anyway? He has a chance to reduce Dragon Ball. Seems some utility here, huh? Reduce Dragon Ball, gives debuffs to all enemies. That's very good, actually. Okay. If he had some support, maybe I would value him more, but he probably is, like, less than Cooler, but better than Urine. Kale is, like, decent, actually, as a support type. Just shitty as an individual unit, like, for herself, but probably is a decent unit. Dragon Fist Goku is, right now, I would say he's number 4. MUI, I would say, is number 5. So with that being said, pretty good, right? The big units of the anniversary, the actual like main headliners of each part, are all probably top 5 units in the game. So with that, that's very valuable. Majin Vegeta, he is complete dog shit. I mean, I don't know what they were doing. His stat spread, he has, I think, 5k more defenses than this free Super Saiyan Gogeta, who is a strike-based unit. So it's like, you just think of it like that, and it's like, oh, defense type is almost equivalent in the defense abilities to a strike-based unit. What are we doing? We don't know what we're doing at that point. Majin Vegeta was just done shaftedly, especially similar to the other defense type Vegeta, right there, the Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. No idea why, just done shittily. I have no idea. Ultra Vegito, again, top 3 unit in the game, definitely has helped fusions and revitalized that team to where Blue Blue Yellow, I would say, is the best team in the game. With Ultra Gogeta, with Vegito Blue, giving Vegito Blue new life in a realm of Blue Blue Yellow, obviously being covered out by this yellow unit, being a very good unit, and surprisingly being a very good offensive unit as a defense type, because remember, G4 on release, he was struggling on a lot of offenses, and how they amended this guy is, they gave him the tag of defense type, they gave him the cut, like, to have just better defenses and, you know, a little bit worse offensive stats. But in reality, he's a strike-based unit. Like, he's made to be a strike-based unit. It's just they gave him the defensive tag to be like, haha, well, we can make a defense type be very good. We're just going to give them the tag, but in reality, it's not a defense type. This is an offense-based unit. But we gotta make it look good. So overall, unit-wise value of this entire anniversary, it's tough because I look at some of these and I just think complete dog shit. Then I look at some of these and I think, well, goddamn, 3 headliners are all top 5 right now, so I gotta respect that. I can't go higher than a 7. I really can't. The Majin Vegeta, the free tournament power units, the EXs on the first banner, they're all so ass, but then I look at the headliners and I look at, Tapion and then, Free Gogeta, Cooler, Turles. They're all at least decent to, like, very good top tier units. I would say a 7, and that's honestly me being nice because, again, it's really the headliners that do it for me, right? If you didn't pull the headliners, probably have like a 4 as your opinion on that, but Tapion's the one carrying it, honestly, because Tapion is a very good 1% unit who was done in a very correct manner, unlike this guy down here. And then the last thing I want to touch on, I probably have this separated in categories, right, is the events, the overall anniversary, right? And the overall anniversary, part 1 was very cruel because you needed to have, I think it was a, 6 or 7 star MUI to get guaranteed drops on the raid. Obviously, that was amended with part 2, so they knew what they were doing. They were like, okay, it's MUI, everyone's going to summon. Oh, wait, you didn't summon enough? You didn't get enough stars? We'll go back in the fucking banner and then summon more, right? They were doing that on purpose to really get their bang for their buck for releasing such a hype character, which is scummy, obviously. Even more so, there's some predatory manner going on here where it's like, hey, you have to go to the shop to get your free item, and then people will feel inclined to summon because, oh, I want Ultra Vegeta, I'm already at the shop, let me buy some sales because I got my free thing. Okay, I'm already here, let me buy some sales. But nonetheless, of that, part 1 is very predatory, so part 1 I would give a 0 out of 10, maybe 1 out of 10, just because the unit value is at least okay because of MUI. It's 1 unit out of fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down there, but, or 6 actually. It's 1 unit, but 1 out of 10 for part 1. Part 2 seemed to amend some issues and also give the best free-to-play unit on this anniversary so far, because it does seem to be wrapping up here, right? Good banner, good system of raid, good units, right? I would say part 2 was probably the best part, and that would be, again, I'm thinking about it as an overall thing of unit-wise, good value. Banner-wise, good value. Anniversary celebration-wise, what we actually got from it. Generic stuff that you expected, nothing really new. Probably like a 6, probably, because, I mean, it's anniversary, I should be getting a lot of new content that I've never seen before, and I'm getting fucking gauntlets and redone full power battles every new goddamn part. I'm just getting recycled shit. So with that, that really drags it down. Like, the actual unit and banner value is like a 7 or 8, but the anniversary, actually being anniversary, didn't feel like an anniversary. So that dips the value. And then this last part here, while the banner value and the unit value of the new boy Ultra Vegito and his buddies there on the banner are very high, Majin Vegeta is complete dog shit, and we are getting nothing. Again, we got a recycled full power battle, we got a gauntlet recycled, we just get recycled content over and over. So I would say that's probably like a 4. So overall, that would be a 1, a 6, and then a 4. That makes anniversary an 11 out of 30, and that's not even a 50%. So clearly, this anniversary was pretty ass. I would say this is, for an overall scheme, the worst anniversary yet in Dragon Ball Legends history. Part 2, well, or not part 2, while second anniversary was very toxic in the meta PvP, just use Vegito Blue. You can't, swap multiple times, use Vegito Blue. You win every match. That did exist. At least there was, like, a little bit of trying new shit, or trying to, like, we got to use the units early for, second anniversary. That was a thing that happened. I think people like to forget that. We got to use the units fucking early. We got to analyze their kits before they even came out. Days, not just a day before, days before they came out. They at least tried some shit. This was just recycled content that we've been having for months, and stuff we always get recycled every new celebration prior to anniversary and post anniversary. Why is it happening during anniversary? It should be new content, and there was no new content that came out. That's like new to the game. That doesn't exist. I don't know why, but at least second anniversary did try. Part 2 here tried to save it. Part 3, I mean, it's just an Ultra Banner. Ultra Banners have shitty rates. Like, you know, the banner might have good value, but it's an Ultra Banner. Good luck, have fun. You're probably not going to pull the Ultra. If you do, you're like, good shit, you got a top tier unit. But if you don't, at least there's some okay units on the side, but they're not, you know, comparing to the best unit on the actual banner, right? 11 out of 30, though, I don't know. Legends really does need to fix that. I don't even know if I could blame the superhero delay being a culprit to this anniversary being how it was, because superheroes seemingly won't get content in this game for a couple months now, probably Legends Fest area, because he wouldn't drop superhero shit just during monthly LF celebrations. Just wouldn't make sense. And then it seems like the next LF will just be something just off the wall, right? Usually it is like that, or it's a Vegeta actually. Usually the banner after anniversary, the last banner, is a Vegeta, so maybe it'll be something like that, like a Namek Vegeta. I don't fucking know. But overall, anniversary was a dud. Part 2, again, try to save it. It dropped very good units. It did the raid format and the formats that we had that were done shitty in the Part 1 better in Part 2. But, you know, I need new content. I'm playing the game. I want new content. Well, I do have new units. I need new content to supplement these new units besides PvP, because PvP will always be there. I need new content that's not always there. That's specific to Anniversary. We didn't get that. Overall, let me know what you guys think of the 4th Anniversary Dragon Ball Legends, and I'll see you guys in the next one.